Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are exercising our two teams, just using the sled with the drag in the back. We're starting with Sally and Mable, next will be the boys. Here that I was able to just put the neck yoke on, and that's because there's no little piece here. So yes, right now if the horses walk forward, they are just going to pull the neck yoke off. So it's hard to tell right now because Sally isn't hooked up yet. But when they are hooked up, they're far back enough that the yoke is more, if they were back, the yoke is more like this. So there's not really a chance for it to come forward. We do know we need a pin for that, and we will look for one soon. That. So now you can see here that they're hooked up, the neck yoke is back. And even when they're pulling, it stays back like that, it never comes forward. And we've been using this for like 2 years? About 2 years, and we've never had a problem. So you can probably tell that they're both being dancy. So they're not trotting, but their legs are making that movement. We call it dancing. They're not right now because they're pulling up the hill. But they usually do that at the beginning of a work day, especially when they've had time off because they have some energy. I let them run up the big hill. And you'll probably notice too, every once in a while, Mabel will go into a little trot for a couple steps. And that's just how she keeps up with Sally. Sally's a faster walker. And so that's the only way Mabel's able to keep up with her. She's learnt that over the past years or so. That these two have been working together. She knows. So she knows she has to trot every once in a while to keep up with Sally. Dancing it. Belgian treat muscle pulling up this thing. So the drag is picking up snow behind us, which is why it's harder. So you can probably tell our horses have no shoes. And if you watch the video where Riley fell, we got a lot of comments on there talking about horses need shoes and all that. They don't need shoes. Some do because their feet aren't the greatest. And if logging horses that are pulling heavy logs in steep places, they probably require shoes. But you can see these girls are pulling up it was a fairly big hill, and neither of them slipped. And we tried telling people in the comments on Riley's fall. He didn't slip, he tripped. He fell in a little hole and tripped. It wasn't because of shoes or anything like that. Almost at the top there. A little bit more. Well, big girls. It's a good pull up, especially with snow breaking like this. They're snorting right now. It's a happy, we call them happy snorts. And they always do them while they're working. They do it when we're stopped, they do it while they're going. Riley's the only one who hasn't done many. These two and Charlie and Jenny, they're usually snorting all the time. Riley we've gotten a few from, but not that many. There you go. like a tunnel. White pine in our forest. How much compared to the rest would we have? We have about half white pine in our forest and the rest is a mixture. We have poplar, spruce. We have some birch, not a lot. We have a couple big oak and quite a few smaller ones started. There's one of them, he's in there. I'll put an arrow in the video so you guys know what tree we're talking about. We also have some red pine. Not anywhere near as much as the red pine. Also an oak right there. And we have a little one on the trail right there. Who knows what this is. And another one right there. And so for those of you who don't know, we supply the white pine needles for a pine needle extract. It's an immunity booster. If you're interested in that, the link is down below. And if you do, you'll be able to find everything else you need to know about it with that link. I like snorting. Once we give it to me. And so I don't know if y'all can tell from the videos that we don't have that many big trees here. There's a big white pine right beside us. And there's another one up here. But our property was logged 25 years ago. Somewhere around there, by the person who was here before us, and they took every single big tree we have here, except for the one we have right at the house, the biggest tree we have, which is right by the house. And it's kind of sad walking through the forest seeing all of these gigantic stumps. It would be beautiful if those trees were still here. And so we're going to try to make a forest with big trees again, using the horses. Okay. Steady, steady, steady. Yeah, we have a lot of thinning to do, which is what happens when you take the big trees out. Big trees cover a lot of the ground, so when you take them out, the ground is exposed to all of these little things come, and if it's not taken care of, that's all there's going to be, and I don't have any more big trees. orange or yellow birch in there. We only have a couple of those, right? We have a nice maple in there. We don't have that many. We have quite a few small maples, but not many big ones. Yeah, not many tappable maples, but lots that if we just give them some room, in a few years they should be tappable. Right, like we have one nice maple right here. And a nice big birch in there too. And so we also have these pockets in the forest of spruce or fir. So in the winter, when there's snow on them, it looks like a winter wonderland in here. We also have some cedar here, not very many big ones, and not too many along the trail. We do have some on a side trail that we haven't taken with the horses because it needs a little more clearing. Anyway, but there is a few along the big hill we went up. Puppies are still learning that those pigs are in, and that they don't have to bark at the ones that are in, they only have to bark at the ones that get out. Yeah. blankets for them. And we can't turn them out where they are with blankets because they will destroy them. They have access to trees over here. Careful. big rift in it, so if we turn them out here like blankets, in one night they're going to completely destroy them. And so we just watch how much they work, and if they start to sweat, if they start sweating even though it's going to be cold, we try ending the day there. So this is our feeding area when it's cold and windy. When it's warm and sunny, we try to feed them out there so that they can enjoy the sun. And so here we're not worried about feeding them too much in these trees because we're going to be taking all the trees out anyway. You may know if you've watched some of my videos from a couple months ago, we were feeding them even past these trees back in there. There we didn't want to feed them too much because we want to keep the trees back over there, which is why we ended up moving them to the front, is because we wanted to stop feeding them back there. But here it doesn't matter. So, like I said, we are taking all these trees out for more pasture, and because they're not the nicest looking trees. You can see none of them are straight, they're all weird and crooked. And you said they're all poplars, right? So they'll probably just go for firewood because they're not straight. We can't even use them for sawlog. But in other spots we will have pastures where we leave some trees for shade or stretching posts. Like over there. Most of the trees you can see are going to be coming out, but we are going to leave some of the bigger ones in there. I'll just cut them all after when we come back out with the boy. All done with the girls. We're gonna go unhook them, bring them into their stalls, and we'll take the boys out and do the exact same thing. So we like to use the drag along our roadways around the farm to make sure we don't end up with a huge ice rink. It brings up a little bit of gravel and it ruffles everything up so that when it gets cold and freezes, there's still grip and we're not out of it walking around on an ice rink. Well, okay. This is my favorite part of letting you walk. The girls, put in your socks. But one day we found the That's your fault. The horses were trying to follow my dad, so. Usually, I tell them to go to their stalls and they walk right over. I have a clip, so I'll show you guys that. Girls, go to your stalls. Good girl, Mable. Good girl, Sally. So we did end up taking the boys out as well, but we talked a lot through their session, so I decided to split this into 2 videos. It will most likely be our next one, but that's the end for today, so thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.